The Royal Rumble is done. The Elimination Chamber is done. We are now truly on the road to Wrestlemania. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling for another Monday Night Raw review. Now, Royal Rumble is over. Elimination Chamber is over. There is no more premium live events until WrestleMania 39. We are truly well on the road to WrestleMania. Surely this is when Raw should be getting good. Surely this is when all the good stuff should be getting thrown to the television to make Raw as good as possible heading to the biggest pay-per-view of them all. You would think so, but I don't think we're on the road. I don't even think Triple H has started the car yet, because Raw still absolutely sucks. It sucked before the Rumble, it sucked after the Rumble, and it's still sucking after Elimination Chamber, man. The whole show from top to bottom is just completely shite. So we kick off the post-Elimination Chamber edition of Raw with Sami Zayn. He comes out, they're singing his theme song. Obviously he's changed his theme song back to his old one. I think it's slightly remixed, but honestly, who cares? The fans are chanting, "You deserve it." How many times have we heard a "You deserve it" chant? Every time I hear a "You deserve it" chant, it just comes across as really corny. Anyway, Sami Zayn then says he's realised that his story is never ending, and that the next part of his story is bringing down the bloodline. But of course he can't do it himself, so he brings out Kevin Owens. He says he wants Kevin Owens' help to bring down the bloodline. Kevin Owens says that him and Sami are done, and that he only came out to help Sami because he didn't want to see Sami's family get upset at Sami getting beat up like he did at the Royal Rumble. So Kevin Owens more or less saying that he helped Sami for Sami's family rather than Sami himself. And then Kevin Owens tells Sami, if you really want to bring down the bloodline, why don't you ask your friend Jey Uso? And then Kevin Owens just walks off. Then Baron Corbin comes down, and Baron Corbin starts insulting Sami Zayn and calling him a loser. And I mean, Baron Corbin calling anyone a failure is pretty funny. This leads to a match between Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn beats Baron Corbin to kick off Raw. What is the point of Baron Corbin? Seriously, this guy has been nothing short of pure shit now for like, what, 3 or 4 years. I mean, the Happy Corbin stuff sucked. The Broke Corbin stuff was a little bit funny, but I mean, come on, this guy's career, ever since he had like the worst Money in the Bank cash-in, arguably of all time, since then, the guy's just been a failure. And I know that he's been pushed, I know that he's a decent size and all this stuff, but I just don't see anything ever happening with Baron Corbin. The guy's just like a stain. He literally, he just needs to disappear at this point, honestly, and just wait to get released. At this stage, I don't even think Impact Wrestling would take him. He sucks that bad. Anyway, we get like a sit-down thing with Dominic and Rhea Ripley. Basically, Rhea Ripley says that she's going to beat Charlotte. That was it. Rhea Ripley basically saying that she's the most dominant person and she's going to turn up on SmackDown this week. Again, who cares? Then we get Dolph Ziggler versus Mustafa Ali. When you say the words "who cares," I think it just sums up this match perfectly. Mustafa Ali wins, and then he's celebrating as if it's like a huge upset and like it's a great victory. The guy beat Dolph Ziggler. Literally, everybody beats Dolph Ziggler, so I don't know why Mustafa Ali was so happy about this win, but it is what it is. Then, the Miz and Maurice are backstage. They've got a happy anniversary. They exchange gifts. We don't find out what the gifts are, but apparently we will next week on Miz TV. Do we really care at this stage? I don't. Cody Rhodes comes out. Paul Heyman addresses him on the Titantron. He's got a neck brace on. He's selling the injury. Heyman tells Cody that he can't beat Roman Reigns. Then he talks about how hard it is being a champion and how many days you have to spend on the road. And then he says to Cody, do you really want to sacrifice all these days to be champion and not being at home with your family? Paul Heyman says that the American dream was never at home, and Cody never got to see his father, and does Cody want to be the same father to his child? And then Cody says at the end that he will finish the story. So a big ball of nothing here. Really, really bland. They need to give Cody more to do. I mean, this is garbage. The guy just can't come out and say, finish the story. At the moment, the story fucking sucks. I don't want this story to finish. Give us something else. Give us something more. Who's supposed to be excited about Cody versus Roman right now? Nothing's happened. We should be expanding the story. We should be telling a story. At the moment, Cody just comes out and says, I'm gonna, at WrestleMania, finish the story. What story? The story, you won the Royal Rumble, but so what? You've done absolutely nothing since then. So, I don't know. I didn't think this was any good. Then we got Asuka versus Nikki Cross. Asuka beats Nikki Cross. Not surprised. Then we go backstage. Brian Saxton is interviewing Candice LeRae. She says that Johnny Gargano's banged up and he's going to be out for a few weeks. Then Nikki Cross is running backstage. Candice LeRae confronts her, and then Nikki says something to her, then runs off. Brian asks Candice LeRae what was the conversation, and Candice LeRae says that Nikki Cross said that she's lonely because she's got all her friends are gone. I mean, who gives a shit? And there's people praising Triple H for this stuff. Honestly, man, she's got no friends. I'm surprised Raw's got no few. This show is garbage, man. It really is. This backstage segment, Candice LeRae sucks. Then we got Seth Rollins versus The Miz. Just a boring match. Nothing here. Nothing important. No relevance. Rollins delivers a bunch of curb stomps, and the referee declares him the winner because The Miz can't continue. I mean, if anything, the referee should have probably disqualified him because he wasn't even trying to win the match. He was more focused on just beating up The Miz, so I don't see the point of this. But Rollins is the winner. Again, Miz looks like he's been jobbed out. Then we go backstage. We see Carmella talking with Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce gets a phone call from Chelsea Green. Apparently, she's been sent to the wrong city, so she ain't going to be at Raw tonight, and she makes a complaint. Adam Pearce hangs up. Then we see the Alpha Academy, they're posing in a mirror. Chad Gable can't understand how Maximum Male Models don't want to hire him. And then the big fat guy comes, Bronson Reed, and he says that he should be more worried about facing him tonight, and after tonight's match he can model a full-grown cast. And then Otis kind of steps up and tells Bronson Reed that nobody threatens Chad Gable. Again, more garbage. Bronson Reed, just a fat piece of shit. This guy offers absolutely nothing. Just a big fat 600-pound bum. We have knock knock hello or ding dong hello. How about ding dong goodbye, man? This Damage Control suck, but anyway, they've got the promo. Then Lita and Becky Lynch come out, and essentially they just challenge them for a shot at the titles. Bayley doesn't want to accept, and then Lita and Becky Lynch just basically accuse them of being afraid to defend the titles. Really, really bad here. Just boring shit, man, honestly. And then they say, okay, Bayley's like, no, they're not afraid, we'll accept, and we're going to get the tag titles next week, because apparently Becky Lynch and Lita want to go into WrestleMania as the women's tag team champions, even though the belts don't mean shit. So we'll see next week. Lita and Becky Lynch challenging Dakota Kai and Io Sky for the tag titles. Then we get Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable, Master Gable, Alpha Gable, whatever you want to call him. He jobs out every week. This week was no different. He loses to Bronson Reed. I get they're pushing this Bronson Reed guy, but I don't like him. I think he fucking sucks. I actually do like Alpha Academy. I don't see why. One of the better things on Raw. They're one of the better things, yet they can never win a match. I just don't get it. Then we see Elias in the ring. He says he hopes that Rick Boogs is taking notes backstage, because this is how you do it. So I don't know if there's some like little rivalry going on between Rick Boogs and Elias to see who can have the better concert. I mean, they both suck. I kind of wish Jeff Jarrett would just come in at this rate and bash them both over the head with guitars, because these two are doing nothing for me. But Bobby Lashley comes in, destroys Elias, then basically says that he's sick of being disrespected. He says nobody can break the Hurt Lock, and anytime anyone disrespects him going forward, he's going to make them pay. Very, very boring, bland, generic promo here for Big Bobby. I mean, call it what you want. He did mention, he name-dropped Bray Wyatt, so I don't know if we're getting Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. I don't personally want to see that match. I don't think anybody wants to see that match, but apparently that's what it looks like we might be getting here. So, yeah, that is it. Then it's main event time. So we're going to the big main event, WWE United States title match. It's Edge in Canada versus Austin Theory for the US title. And the match was alright. It was fine. It would have been a lot better had Edge won. I mean, why not put the belt on Edge at this rate? Honestly, Austin Theory's title reign has been very, very lackluster, and the US title just doesn't seem important. Honestly, it doesn't. Who knows? Maybe Edge winning would have changed that. But Edge doesn't win. We get Finn Balor coming out. Finn Balor causes a distraction. He kicks Edge. Theory hits the A-Town down. Theory gets the 1-2-3. Then Balor comes in the ring and starts beating up Edge. And then he goes to the top rope, hits a couple of coup de grace, and then he taunts Edge really as Raw goes off the air. So it looks like the whole Edge and Judgment Day thing isn't over. I think they've faced each other way too many times. However, Balor did win the last one-on-one match between Edge, so I don't know, maybe they need one more match. I was kind of hoping Edge could have done something else going into Mania. It would have been nice to see Edge move on and get a fresh story, but it looks like they might be going with Edge versus Balor one last time at WrestleMania. Could it be Edge versus the Demon Balor? Maybe. We don't know. But what I do know is, guys, that's Raw over. This show absolutely sucked from start to finish. It wasn't good. It was awful. It really was awful. And this is when Raw is supposed to be getting... No, this is when WWE is supposed to be at its best. This is when you're supposed to get all the main event stars. This is when you're supposed to get all the best stories heading to WrestleMania. And I felt like on this Raw, we got absolutely nothing. We got the best of nothing. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this show... I'll give it a 1 out of 10. I'll give it a 1 because I like the main event was alright. It was nice. It was cool seeing Edge wrestling on Raw. Just a shame he never got the win. Shame that he... But I tell you what, I think it was better that you had Edge lose, even though he didn't lose clean. I think it was better to have him lose to Austin Theory than have the match end in a DQ, because I think they do way too many like random DQ finishes. So at least Austin Theory got a win. It made Austin Theory now in the record books going to have a win over Edge. That's good for him, I guess. But yeah, it's not going to help this show get any more than a 1 out of 10. So that's it, guys. I'll catch you next one. 1 out of 10 for me. Wasn't very good. Hopefully next week's is better. Hopefully SmackDown's better. Hopefully NXT's better. We'll find out. Anyway, that's it, guys. Till next time. Peace.